There is nothing worse than working on some piece of library marketing for a time and then having somebody tell you it's no good. How can we gracefully accept and incorporate criticism of our library marketing? We're going to talk about it in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com. Head on over there and look for the Library Marketing Show tab because I am always accepting nominations for kudos. We like to give a shout out to a library doing something good in library marketing. You can nominate a library by clicking on the Library Marketing Show tab. All right, let's get into today's topic, which is how to handle criticism of your library marketing. I'll be honest with you, I decided to do this topic because I got some criticism and I found myself getting a bit defensive or feeling defensive about it at least. And I wanted to do this exercise for me so that I could reframe the conversation in my mind. And then I thought, I guess I'm probably not the only person with this issue. Criticism stings, and it's particularly stings if you worked really hard on something creative. But we're going to spend today reframing the criticism because that's part of our job. And it is often a sign that somebody is paying attention to what we're doing. I often take criticism personally, and I have to remind myself it's not personal. It is about the work. It is not about you. So there was this lady that I worked with at the Cincinnati Library. Her name was Angela Farmer, and she had a technique for when she got criticism, she paused. And we all started calling it the Angela Farmer pause. So I take a big pause before I respond. Sometimes the pause takes the form of me walking away from my computer or not responding to an email right away, sitting on it a while, thinking about it a while. Remember to stay calm and remember the criticism is not about you personally. So when you're ready, you've taken your pause. Now is the time to go back and look at the criticism and find the truth in it. Even snarky comments can sometimes be insightful. You can ask yourself, maybe this piece of work was confusing. Maybe it was off-brand. In other words, criticism can just be a great way to remind you to reset and align with your strategy. Another thing I like to do with my library marketing work is to send it around to more than one or two people. I like to bring people in for feedback as a way to collaborate with them. I look at it as they may have different viewpoints and different perspectives that I haven't thought of. I don't want to be precious about my work. So look at criticism, especially when you're getting it from a couple of different people, less as an attack and more of a way to collaborate with people across your department or across your library. That's good, and it makes everybody feel like they have a part in the success of your library marketing and the success of your library. And my final tip is going to sound like a contradiction to something I said earlier. Sometimes people will offer criticism or feedback that is irrelevant or is objectively mean. It happens, and it is okay to move on and ignore that feedback. Marketing is not about perfection. It is about connection. Your pieces are never going to be perfect. If you waited around for your marketing content to be perfect, you would never put it out into the world. So we're going to try to connect with our audience as much as possible and incorporate feedback as part of a collaborative team effort. All right, have you received criticism for your work, and how have you handled it? I want to get a conversation started down in the comments because I bet you have, and we all have been in a situation like this. And I also want to encourage you, if you ever have criticism of my work, either the blog posts that I publish or these videos, I am open to your feedback. Let me know down in the comments, or you can go to superlibrarymarketing.com and click on the contact form to send me an email. And that's it for this episode of the Library Marketing Show. But I've got lots of other videos full of tips on my channel. If you want to keep learning, head to this next video and I will meet you there.